Hello everybody. So as you can see today I'm feeling fabulous. I have my hair done, I have my makeup done, I feel great. I'm actually about to go run out and do some errands. I'm able to drive on my own now at this point, which thank God, because I cannot stand driving with other people. They all drive like maniacs. Today I just kind of wanted to go over some like little tips and tricks that I've learned within like the first week. I know like I obviously don't have that much experience with it yet, but like you learn as you go. So hopefully my little tips will help with somebody. The first thing I wanted to talk about was how people treat you differently, I guess. This kind of goes with pre-op as well. I know I've watched a lot of YouTubers say like that your friends and family might start like being mean to you or like saying little snarky comments or trying to derail you, and like it's true, and like you would think like your friends and family like wouldn't do that because they're like the closest people to you, but no, they do. My best friend, as soon as I told her, she got real quiet, and so my best friend, we've been best friends since 4th grade, and she's the same height as me, same size as me, same weight, like everything. And I told her, and she like looked at me and she was like, oh well, I can do that on my own, I don't need surgery to do that, because she's a very like tough kind of person, and like she's like, I don't need anybody to help me. But like the surgery isn't a like solution, it's a tool. Like if there's something that can help me get to where I want to be, why not use it? Unless like obviously you don't have money to, or your insurance doesn't pay for it or whatever, but why not? Like why stick your nose up to it? I don't know. And she's not afraid of surgery. Like she's had so many. Her shoulder's like all messed up, so she's had plenty of surgeries. It's not like she's afraid of it. But yeah, so she's been making snarky comments, and then she was talking to her mom about it, because our families are close. Like I'm basically their second daughter. They love me. And even her mom was like, you know, it's a lifestyle change, right? Like, you know, you have to do this and this and that and change your eating and work out and da-da-da. I'm like, yeah, like, I've been going through a year's worth of doctor's appointments. Because for me, it took me that long, because there was just a bunch of stuff that happened with my job and just appointments and whatnot. So it took me a full year. So, like, but she's like, oh, you know, you need to eat a lot of protein, and, you know, you need to walk, and, you know, it's gonna hurt, and, you know, it's gonna this. And I'm like, I know, like, not that I, like, thanks, I guess, for trying to care for me, but, like, just don't act like you know more than I do when you haven't been through the classes and all of the appointments and the sleep studies and the nutritionist meetings. Like, no, don't talk to me. You don't know shit. But, yeah, and then even my sister, when I told her I was gonna do it, she's always been skinny, so she never had to deal with how people treat girls that are bigger, like calling them fat all the time. Like, you'll be out with your friends and you're always the fat girl of the group, and there's a cute guy at the bar and you're like, oh, he's cute, he goes and hits on your friend instead. Or you go on a date with someone, like this literally happened to me. I was on a date with a guy and everything went well, I thought it did. He dropped me off at home. I texted him, I'm like, oh, thanks so much for the great night, like I had a lot of fun, I hope I can see you soon. And he's like, yeah, no, you're fat and you're ugly, like I'm good. And I'm like, ooh, okay, like that's very blunt. Then my ex-boyfriend's brother met me for the first and only time in the year that we dated. He refused to like be around me after this, only because he thought I was fat and ugly. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think I'm that ugly. Like, I'm not full of myself or anything, but I know I'm not like ugly. Like, look at these dimples, they're cute. But yeah, he like refused to ever like be around me ever again, which I thought was so weird. Like, I've never experienced that in my life until a year ago. And we were at the beach too, so of course I'm like looking like a hot mess with like beach hair, no makeup on, like in my bikini. Like, what? And he's like some big hot shot up in New York, so he thinks he's all that. Yeah, I've never been through that with like someone calling you fat and ugly. And he told his brother, my boyfriend at the time, you can do a lot better, like she's so ugly, you need to find a pretty girl. Like, what the fuck? Like, the relationships are a lot deeper than looks. And then he even broke up with his other girlfriend, the brother, because she was getting fat, because she was going through like a little bit of like her grandfather died or something, I don't know, and she was like drinking a lot of wine or something like that, and she was getting fat, so he like got rid of her. Like, how shallow can you be? I swear, these people need Jesus. So yeah, so there's that. So yeah, people will start treating you differently, and it's weird because you never think you would hope those people would support you, and you want them to, but if they don't, then don't let that negativity around you. You really don't need it. Even my mom, to be honest, she had the surgery like a couple years ago. I think I was in high school. I'm 23 now, so that was like, what, 5 years ago? Almost 6. And she didn't do well. She only lost like 50 pounds, and then she gave up. She didn't go to the gym. She ate what she wanted. Like, she didn't give any effort to it, and she thought it was a solution. So I kind of feel in a way that she's digging at me and trying to derail me because she failed. And I don't know, she's just constantly bringing bad food into the house. When I was going on my pre-op diet, she was telling me to cook full meals for them. Because, like, I'm normally the one that cooks because I'm the one that stays home. I work at home. So while they're at work, I can cook, like, some nice meals. Which is good because now I can focus on all the healthy stuff. But, like, they want, like, roast beef dinner every night and pasta and I can't even think, like, what else. Just, like, a bunch of bad things. Like, a lot of fat and butter and everything. And, like, they're like, oh, it doesn't taste good unless it has butter on it. Like, no, it's a bad mentality. Like, no. You can make things taste good with herbs and spices and things like that. Like, you don't need all that butter. Like, it's just not, like, what? So yeah, so that's the first thing. Second thing is just kind of like a little tip for, like, after surgery. In the first couple days, like, I don't know what guys do, because, like, if you can't wear pants, like, do they wear giant t-shirts around the house? I don't know. I just wore dresses every day, or, like, I got muumuus from Ross, and they were fabulous. But then I realized that, like, compression feels good. Like, my stomach feels like, not right now, but before, it was feeling like it was pulling down, like there was a lot of weight on it or something. And so when I would hold my stomach up, it felt a lot better. So today I'm wearing leggings and there's a lot of compression and it feels so good. They're like high-waisted leggings, like really thick, good ones, and they're just like sucking me in and they just feel really good because like there's pressure on it. So that's another tip, whatever. And then for protein drinks, I haven't seen anybody like talk about these. Pre-op and today I'm drinking the Slim Fast 20-gram high protein drinks, and they're only 1 gram of sugar, 5 grams of fiber, 6 grams of carbs, 9 grams of fat, 180 calories for the bottle. So it's not terrible. The other Slim Fast though, which I think is kind of weird and like doesn't make any sense. The other Slim Fast, if you don't get the high protein ones though, are like 30 grams of sugar, which is like ridiculous and kind of counteracts like the whole mission of Slim Fast. It doesn't really make sense to me. But like I love these. This is the caramel latte one. It's so good. If you love coffee, like this is so good. Especially after surgery, you can't have caffeine for a while, so it's good. What else? Oh, I guess I can show you, because I was talking about compression, I can show you my scars. Or not really scars, my incisions, because right now they're not scars. Let me prop my camera up. And my doctor said to put like cocoa butter on it. See if I can get that. And like rub in like hard circles or something, so. Ooh, I'm not tall enough. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's one inside my belly button, like really tiny. And 6, so it's not that bad. Like, it's really not. They're itchy though. They're starting to get very, very itchy. My leggings come up like this high, so like they're sucking everything, like all the incisions in, which feels really nice. But yeah, so like there's healing, so now they're like a yellowish color and they're really itchy, and my doctor said I can start scratching at them if I want, but like I don't want to because it kind of makes me nauseous just like thinking about like accidentally ripping it open. Yeah, so there's that. And then sneezing. Oh my god, if there's anything that you can do to not sneeze, don't do it. I sneezed once and I haven't coughed yet since I've had this surgery, but I sneezed once and I was doing all good, and then I sneezed and I felt like it put me back like a full day. I felt so bad. It was the most intense pain I've ever felt. I thought I was gonna rip my stomach open, start internally bleeding, and just like die. So don't, if you can like do something, like if you start feeling like you're gonna sneeze, like put your finger up there and make it stop. Don't sneeze. It fucking hurts. I don't know if I'm gonna let us say that word on YouTube, but I don't care. Yeah, so don't do that. My doctor said like it's obviously okay. He's like, you're not gonna internally bleed, you're not gonna do anything, but it's gonna hurt, and it did. It hurt a lot. What else? So besides that, I think that's really all that I have for my like little tips and tricks. There really aren't really too much I can really say, but that's all I have for now. Just keep drinking your protein shakes. Make sure you get your protein in. Oh, make sure you stay hydrated. Before the surgery, I was drinking like 96 ounces of water a day, and now I can barely drink like 24, and like I think I'm supposed to get like 60 something or 70 something, and I can't. It's a lot of water to me now. Like before it was like no problem, but like now I'm like dying, and I feel dehydrated. My skin was starting to flake off. I finally was able to get enough down where I think my skin is like going back to kind of normal. Back to like, it was all flaky all up in here, but now it's like okay. Put a lot of moisturizer on and try to drink a lot of water. So I hope somebody finds these helpful. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions for me, because I get back to you like within like a couple hours. Yeah. So hope you have a great day. See ya.